Please welcome FarmFuel team.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Trae.
I'm Pablo.
I'm Omar.
I'm Brenden.
I'm Bret.
I'm Cece.
And we are FarmFuel. Sell us your manure instead of giving it away. We are asking for $1.5 million in the form of a convertible.
Manure is a huge problem in the United States. The environmental impact alone is outrageous. And due to that, California is requiring a 40% reduction in the emissions due to manure by 2040, not to mention the already $20 million spent on manure management.
We'll solve these problems by being a manure management system for the farmers. We'll purchase their excess manure. This will save them time by us dealing with their manure now. They'll be making money instead of having to pay to take the manure off their land. And it'll be an eco-friendly solution since the manure won't be laying around and generating harmful pollutants. With this newly purchased manure, we're going to put it through our patented HTC process. HTC stands for hydrothermal carbonization, and the manure will go through our reactor, and the reactor is going to operate at high temperature and pressure to extract all the nutrients from the manure. And we can sell it as a liquid concentrated organic fertilizer. The secret to our reactor is that it actually increases the baseline amount of nutrients from the manure by being processed. So more nutrients, more fertilizer, more money. We also get a carbon material called hydrochar, which we can use for energy generation of our facility.
The market size worldwide and in the US is huge, being $156 billion and $13 billion respectively. We plan to plant our base camp in Tulare County, California. Because there's a large number of dairy farms total, there's about 380,000, if I remember correctly, dairy cows, and about 200 farmers to just give us our manure. And we can sell our fertilizer then that we produce from all those cows to a market of about $1.03 billion just in that one area.
We plan on taking a direct sales approach in order to cut down on costs and be able to talk to farmers who can purchase such large quantities of fertilizer.
As for competition, we are dealing with a two-way market. So on the manure side, we have biogas plants and other manure companies, but they require the farmer to buy a really expensive reactor with very little return. And there are other startup manure companies, but they have subpar technology compared to FarmFuel. On the fertilizer side, there are very few companies that dominate the fertilizer market, and the traditional method requires inorganic materials that need to be purchased from foreign markets. So that means their prices will fluctuate. And in addition, fertilizer is treated as a commodity. So farmers don't really have any brand loyalty to it. They care most about price. So as long as the price is cheaper, they will purchase it. And our product is cheaper.
So we have a fairly straightforward business model. We take purchased manure and convert it into high-grade liquid organic fertilizer. Based on our HTC reactor, for every 6 pounds of manure we process, we can make about 1 gallon of organic fertilizer. Now, after transportation and packaging and logistics for moving the manure, we've calculated we can make about $21 for every ton of manure purchased. Now, a ton of manure may sound like a lot, but to put that in perspective, an average dairy cow can defecate about 150 pounds of manure per day. And since there are about 380,000 cows in Tulare County alone, that works out to about 28,000 tons of manure per day. That's a lot of poo. Now, what separates FarmFuel from its competitors is that we provide a straightforward, easy process for them to sell their manure. Since we're covering the logistics and transportation costs of the manure, all the farmer would have to do is reach out to us, let us know that they want to sell us their manure. We send a truck out, we weigh out the manure, and we cut them a check for the amount purchased. A simple and elegant approach to manure management services.
And here you can see our financial projections for the next 3 years. As you can see from the start, we are pretty profitable with revenue at over $700,000 and cash flow over $300,000 per year for the first 3 years. And that's with the assumption that we are processing 40 tons of manure a day and selling that manure, our fertilizer at 75 cents per pound. And here's our team of engineers. Thank you for your time. We'll be taking questions now.